Hi guys, this is FFAN 16 and welcome to a very exciting update review type video for Digimon Survive, an interview done by Bandai for this game with the producer and assistant producer. This is just going to be my overview of what is said during the interview and my thoughts as the interview progresses on. I hope you guys enjoy. Please go watch the original interview for all of its context. It is in Japanese, but here's my little synopsis and my overview of it. So let's get started. An interview conducted by Bandai Namco happened on May 31st with the producer and the assistant producer of Digimon Survive. This is very interesting stuff because we got some more detail and in-depth information in regards to this new Digimon game coming out hopefully sometime within 2019 here. The reason Bandai did this interview was for a lead up to the 20th anniversary of Digimon. The Digimon Survive producer, Kazamasa Habu, if I did say that name wrong, I do apologize, discussed his history with the Digimon games and how he was not into the original anime series as it was not a part of his generation as a kid. He started going on over the new game he was working on and talking about developing a new third segment to the Digimon line of games. The current Digimon main lines, if you guys know, are World and Story. These are the base ones that most of the new games and old games are based off of. What they want to do here is develop one of those, but as a third segment, which is known as Survive. I do find this very exciting and important as they are not looking at making this a one-off different type of Digimon game, but they're actually looking at expanding this into its standalone series for Digimon, like we saw with Digimon World and Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. And they did hint, or he did hint, of a maybe third game coming in the Cyber Sleuth story genre. So that's exciting too. I do love the Cyber Sleuth series and I can't wait to see what they do with that in the future. But as for Survive, it looks like it's going to call back a lot of aesthetics from older game styles, and he goes on to telling us what that is. So since they are creating this as a new installment that will not be tied to either the world or story genres, they're going to be building a new gaming style. Survive will be focused more on traditional RPG and adventure-based gaming styles. And an interesting fact he brought up was the game is highly inspired by the original Digimon Adventure anime series that I grew up on and a lot of others around my age grew up on and absolutely adore, what brought us into Digimon to begin with. So that excites me as well. The more this guy goes on in this interview, the more excited I got. And this is going to be the buzzword in this, is excitement, guys. Because at first I wasn't too sure about this game, but as we continue with the analysis of this interview, I was getting more and more hyped up for it. So the inspiration of this game came from how the person who is partnered with a Digimon can influence that Digimon by their actions and responses that you saw a lot within the original anime and how they interacted with the world and environment around them. So basically, Digimon will grow stronger in this game to reflect the partner's heart. This will impact how your Digimon grows and digivolves and how they will fight. Which they call evolving here, not digivolving within the battle system. So if you're looking for the word digivolve, it's not there. It's actually evolve within the HUD of the battle system. The primary genre that is focused for this game is adventure. They're developing on your choices that will impact the gaming style and outcomes. It also uses a bunch of elements from traditional RPGs within the battle system and training of your Digimon. I couldn't see too much in regards to how the training aspect will work, and hopefully we will get more information on this as we get closer to a release date on the game or more details are released from the producers. We did get a look into the battle mechanics though, which we'll discuss here shortly within another part of the interview. Kazumasa goes on to saying that it's going for a distinct Japanese style with a callback to older game design. The game will use 3D and 2D representations and provide a visual aesthetic that will call back the original Digimon Adventure anime. Looking at the character design, you definitely get the feel of the original Digidestins and can feel the nostalgia already. I just looked at some of these and I could see essence of Tai and Matt and Sora and them within the character design, kind of bringing that homey feeling back to us old-time Digimon fans. What I also found very interesting within this interview is the producer went on to say that he went to talk to the director of the Digimon Adventure anime, Hiroyuki Kakudo. Sorry again, I just butchered that name. And got some insight and information on what Digimon's backstory was to him. Mr. Kakudo shared that Digimon have been with humans forever. They just didn't come to be because we created the internet or the digital space, but they're really from another dimension that was connected with ours. In the past, they would have come forward as Shinigami, yokai, or other spirits and demons, but not really seen by your average human or person. But with the creation of technology in the digital age, these spirits can now take a digital form and present themselves to your average everyday people and become partners with them. Wow, I've always thought that Digimon were created because of digital technology, but to get this insight of a past for Digimon and how we then gave them almost corporeal form through data just brings a whole different outlook and perspective to the digital universe and the Digimon themselves. And all the stuff that they go through and have gone through within history, and then can finally now share this with these humans that they've been able to probably see but not interact with throughout the ages. The interview then goes to the assistant producer Katatsu Suzuki, who discusses the game system and the battle mechanics. This is the interesting part because he describes the game as having two distinct parts. One, the drama part, which equals the story portion, and two, the battle part, which equals the gameplay. This is more like, of course, the battles that you go into with your Digimon. There is a focus during the story of an orthodox text adventure format. So this is where choice and decisions come into play and where individual players can get a different gaming experience from each other. Because depending on these decisions and free actions that you do will determine where you will end up in the other world and how your partner interacts with you. The play will then integrate with other characters, and determining what happens in those events will create different branches to the storyline. This is amazing. This will provide a lot of future playability and replayability of this game to just get the different branches and the outcomes of what if I made this choice here instead of this one? What would my Digimon would have done here if I made a choice over here with this character? So love this aspect. It's going to be very interesting to see how this comes to play in the game when it comes released to us out in the public. That's my opinion on how I see this part of the story. It's just going to be interesting how it comes to play. When you get into the battle system though, it will be primarily focused on tactical fighting. The choices the player make during the drama part, aka story portion of the game, will impact conditions of the battle or even change the circumstances of what's going on during the battle. Again, wow, so many different experiences the player is going to get within this game. The battle focuses on exploiting elemental weaknesses of the enemy. You're going to want to learn what your Digimon can do that is a weakness to that enemy, or who can defeat it quicker. With this, your Digimon will be able to evolve during battle, or aka Digivolve, expanding energy. So your player's going to have energy, so your Digimon will Digivolve by expanding that energy. And it will deplete as the Digimon stays in their evolved state. Now, if the player is able to exploit the enemy's weakness or defeat them, it would then increase and maintain the energy level for their Digimon to stay in the evolved state, or maybe even, I'm not too sure about this is my own opinion, help you Digivolve 2 Digimon at the same time and maintain them on the field during battle in their evolved form. This then comes down to a balance, that the player has to balance their energy and their Digimon to be able to be successful in battle. You've got to be able to monitor your energy, make sure it doesn't get too low, as you might need your Digimon to be evolved to defeat the enemy you're currently battling. So in the end here, what I think he is saying is, it sounds like your character has a single energy source or bar that needs to be maintained and allotted out to your digital partners on the field, depending on your enemy and strategy for the battle you are in. You're going to want Digimon out on the field who can exploit the weaknesses and defeat the current enemies you are up against to maintain and increase that energy bar. The interview then goes back to Habu, and he discusses a new character designer that they brought in by the name of Yuichi. Yuichi is new to the Digimon universe, and he brings in a outside look to the creation of the characters. Habayu also goes into what the world of Survive is going to look like. He imagines, or is stressing, that the world will be in a severe state of ruin, kind of like being broken or fractured. Also, the character design is going to bring in styles of both being different and familiar. So then he goes back into this design, going back into the thought of using the Digimon adventure type aesthetic and feels for the characters. The characters are being designed to give off feelings of kindness and transparency, and they want the player to feel them are easy to love and more like family than this character you're playing in a video game. With all this said, he also wanted to state that they will have a new personality to them, that this will shine through, as although they have this nostalgia feeling to them, they are their own brand new character. Finally, he goes over how they wanted a warm art style that will build a feeling of kinship within the player as they play. I'm getting a feeling they're really wanting you to feel a part of this world. A love for the character you are playing, a bond with your Digimon, and a need to fix whatever is going on as a catalyst in this game. We go back to Katasaki, and he goes into how personal choices and connections to your Digimon will be the main focus in this game. That these choices can have a significant impact on your digital partner and the story itself. The focus of this is interactions between a player and their Digimon, and I'm guessing also the environment. The interview then goes on and continues on and ends with the discussion of the future state of the game and the digital series and so forth. I do highly recommend going and watching the original interview for all the content I did not cover in this synopsis of it. Now my end thought. I am just amazed. I love what I'm hearing. I love the concept that's coming out of this. The fact that they're using the original Digimon Adventure just hits my heartstrings. I am a huge Digimon fan. I'm a huge love of the original Adventure series, Season 1 and Season 2. I did really like Adventure Try. It wasn't 100% perfect, but for what it is, I cried. it was amazing. And the new movie that's coming out, which I'm hoping to cover as well for the 20th anniversary, just brings that all together as well. So if this game wants to pull from that genre Digimon, I am all for it. Now, for the concept of this being an individual game genre within the Digimon game family itself, I like that. I really hope this hits off with the fans, as it's bringing something new and different, just like Cyber Sleuth did. And I am so grateful for that game series, as the storyline is amazing, and the Digimon story Cyber Sleuth has a great connection with managing and maintaining and digivolving and de-digivolving your Digimon. I am interested, and hopefully we'll hear more information in the upcoming months in regards to how we maintain, capture, or become partners with our Digimon. New characters, plotline, stuff like that. Not too many spoilers, but enough to get me even more hyped and excited for this game. Thank you so much, Bandai, for doing this interview, bringing this information out to us Digimon fanatics, and hyping up this game. We have fans all over the world that need their Digimon fix. So there you guys go. This was a quick overview on that interview. Please go check out that original interview. You will love it, I guarantee. This is just a quick synopsis of everything that was discussed and the excitement that is coming out of the details for this game. Look forward to more content hitting the channel in regards to Digimon Survive, and please follow me, like, subscribe and stuff so you can keep up to date, and go over to Twitch and follow me there, as I am planning to live stream this game as soon as it becomes available out here in Canada. Alright guys, thank you so much for listening to me and this interview synopsis, and as always guys, happy gaming.